Glitter Plus.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a word, share.
You think that's bad? Wait till you see this.
Where am I? Who are these two fairies? Wagon Wheel with Toozy. Oh, it's a podcast? You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Hello, lovelies.
Did you just swallow a bit of vom?
No, I just started laughing at myself because I was about to say hello, Lamely. Hello,
Like, I'm not meant to
lovelies.
scream.
What?
You were like, I'm not meant to scream this one.
No. Hello, lovelies. I'm just going to keep starting it. Hello, lovelies. Hello, lovelies. Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to
I'm going to leave.
Chermoir, the memoir, the podcast, part 1.
Part one. Yeah.
I thought there was more to it, but that's all.
We must be becoming accustomed to it.
I've become accustomed to your face. Yeah. Chermoir, the memoir, the podcast, part 1. Oh no, it's Chermoir, Cher, the memoir, the podcast, part 1. Oh my God. Yeah. We have had a little rest from the Chermoir because it was a lot.
It's a lot. Long chapters.
A lot happens in each chapter. And I suspect of the three of us, Cher has not done any work. So while she's probably blithely unaware of how traumatic some of this stuff is, we are really soaking in it, and it's hard. So we needed a little rest. But we are prepared to go back, and I am very thrilled. Are you ready to turn back time and find out what happened last chapter? Because it's been a while.
Because I really don't remember.
You have no idea.
If I could turn back time.
All right, Sonny and Cher return to the USA, and they are a hit. They go on a bunch of TV shows like Ed Sullivan, where she's called Cher. Sonny becomes more coercive than ever. They have fans hanging around, including some other younger teenagers, even though Cher is still not 20 yet. But clearly getting too long in the tooth for Sonny. Cher meets everyone ever. Sammy Davis Jr., Jackie Kennedy, Tina Turner, and she's in Vogue. And the chapter ends with a declaration of love for Cher by Sonny on his 33rd birthday, and she's still a teenager.
All right. Are we ready to find out that she's Cher and she's always been Cher?
She's Cher. She's always been Cher. Let's find out what happens in this chapter.
I'm Cher, and I've always been Cher since I was this big.
Do you regret anything?
Oh, almost everything.
Sonny decides to make a movie and eat some clams. His mate, Francis Ford Coppola, of Bappa de Bupe fame.
I forgot about Bappa de Bupe. I'm going to put my Alyssa Milano background back on.
Yes, you can, finally. It's the hair. It's always the hair. Francis eggs Sonny on to produce it himself.
Yep.
Cher is very wary of this because she wants to make real drama films, not novelty crap. Sonny hires
I want
a
to make
bunch of
Mask and Moonstruck, even though no one's thought of them yet.
Yeah, Jesus.
I want to be in Silkwood.
Yeah. Cher is... Sonny hires a bunch of people who don't know how to make movies, and off they go.
To make it. Have you seen this film?
No.
I watched
We
the
might have to at
first
some point.
10 minutes, and it is not okay, and we definitely have to watch it.
Okay. I thought, unlike with Mariah, we would stop and do the movies. I thought maybe at the end of the Cher book, we'll select some that are like, oh, we need to look at that
We
one.
definitely need to watch this one, and it's free on YouTube because no one cares about the copyright.
Yeah. The movie of which we're speaking is called Good Times. Mm-hmm. Cher, she thinks it's stupid and corny, but funny. She's like, it's stupid and corny, but it's kind of funny. All right. Cher describes some cars in the same way she describes people's outfits. And then she meets George Sanders, a real actor who she felt sorry for having to star in this garbage. George teaches Cher about deja vu, which she still says really weird to this day. She sort of says deja vu.
Deja vu. Oh, did she?
Deja
Oh, is
vu.
this she still talking?
This is still Cher.
her. Oh my god. I mean, she does bring up my favorite film of all time in this chapter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because George Sanders is in All About Eve with
of course,
Bette Davis and Baxter and Celeste Holm and Marilyn fucking Monroe.
Yes, in a very small bit part.
Yeah,
memory.
which I love. It's like, oh, she's doing nothing. Yeah, George Sanders takes her to the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's been a minute. I watched it probably about 10 years ago.
Oh, it's so good.
It was on a list of movies you have to watch.
Oh, and if you're a gay man, you have to watch
Yes.
it like as soon as you come out. I was devastated
The
to find
second.
that the Campbell Colliers had not availed themselves of All About
Not
Eve.
the Campbell Colliers.
So I purchased a copy for someone's birthday.
Not theirs, but
No.
someone's. I can't remember who.
And then got is it in black and white? Anyway.
I'm not making any comments.
On brand.
So Cher's favourite memory of the Good Times movie
Yes.
is going to the wildlife park and getting licked by a tiger
On the inner thigh.
on the inner thigh.
Yeah.
She also loves an elephant named Margie,
Yes.
who allegedly lifts Cher up onto her back with her trunk. And I was like, sure, Cher.
Sure, Cher.
That's
Sure, Cher.
exactly what happened.
The Sure Share redemption.
Wait, what's a really big line from that movie?
I don't know. He swims through a puddle of shit. Sure Share redemption.
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's probably...
Wagon wheel
Bitch.
Watusi.
Yeah. That's the whole movie. The bloody Shawshank Redemption. Okay.
The Shawshank Redemption is when she's like, I would make it, but I don't want to swim in shit.
Yeah.
Because you know, she apparently refused to do. I mean, we'll get to this in the next book, I imagine. She was offered Thelma and Louise and said,
Oh.
I would, but I don't like the ending.
She's like, Cher doesn't die.
Basically.
You go off the cliff. I'm getting lunch.
What if it goes off the cliff and I fly?
Yeah. Oh my God. What if I push the car off with her in it? And then I do a show. I'll do a concert.
I used to talk about this when I did stand up. Remember, I used to do all those Cher songs.
I don't remember Cher
It was
songs.
like, oh yeah, I did a whole bunch. I was like, because it started, I was talking about that, and she was meant to be in the movie. I was like, but you know, what if she comes back and she's in the musical? Thelma and Louise, the
Yes.
musical. Thelma, don't ask what if, just drive this car up that cliff.
That rings a bell now.
And then
I blocked it out.
Then I did the Jurassic Park one because she was there and she remembers.
God. She does. That's what the whole point of reading this is, to give you more background for your jokes.
Yeah.
There was a story about hibernating alligators, and Cher thinks that they were in the lake she was swimming
Oh,
in.
that's right.
She then also refers to them as crocodiles, not realizing they are different animals.
Absolutely different.
No one thought to check that, but all right.
Didn't need
A few accidents happen on set, such as Cher getting shot and a lion cub playing cuddle time with Sonny. But otherwise, everything was fun, especially the smoking chimp named Jen.
Oh my.
Because she smokes in the Spider-Woman. So she was practicing.
Chimp.
It is time to pass to Stephanie.
Did she say it or it just happens? Like,
No, it just happens.
like it's just the
Like
voices.
sometimes it happens without a breath. Like Cher will, and then Stephanie's in. Like it's just like, and sometimes because Stephanie's doing a bit of a Cher inflection, I'm like, wait, when did it happen?
Do you think maybe, right, Cher started recording every day doing the whole chapter, and it gets to a point where she just starts going off piste and like saying different things that are not
Which
in the book.
is exactly what's happening.
Yeah, and then they're like, we'll we'll do this from here on. We'll have Stephanie because none of this is in the book.
Yeah,
Whatever
probably.
she's saying here is not in the book.
Yeah.
So we need to paste over that with Stephanie.
Yeah, probably exactly what happened.
I don't have to read that. I lived it.
Yeah. Why am I reading? I've read this before. Not reading this again. Read a different book. She just starts doing like really serious the classics. Like Cher does the classics. She's like, "Where's Pride and Prejudice?" Like, and she just does that instead.
That's enough of me. Let's go into Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times. It was the worst,
Worst
of times.
of times. That's pretty. I think we've nailed it, to be honest. Cher, speaking of Cher, she's in this book.
Oh, she is.
Cher thinks that things are pretty crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy. Until she meets Salvador Dali,
Oh my God.
who is really crazy.
Absolutely.
He invites them to a party where everyone is either beautiful or weird. Some people are speaking French so quickly that even if Cher knew French, she couldn't have kept up. That was possibly the most unhinged thing I've ever. Even if I knew that language, which I don't, I think that'd be too fast for me. What?
Cher lives on planet Cher and I'm here for
She
it.
does. The next night, Sonny and Cher are invited to dinner, which is code for an orgy.
Oh no.
Cher is horrified by Dali's small studio with the bad lighting.
Oh.
Because we know bad lighting. We don't like the bad lighting.
No.
No one. None of the divas. Sonny and Sofia Coppola's dad accidentally eat some artwork. And Cher finds a flappy fish that is perfect to stimulate the clit while mouthing, "You should be half the singer I am." That's a really long callback, if
Really
you remember
deep
the flappy
cut,
fish.
and I don't know why.
It is. You said cut, right? Okay. So there's shit going down at this party, basically.
Yeah.
Cher and the bizarre orgy people go off to dinner. But after 10 minutes, Dali rises and announces they have a previous engagement at another table 5 feet away. That's my favorite. I don't know exactly who she's referring to. Like, obviously Dali, but like the whole table?
Yeah, everyone gets up and just leaves her and
Sonny and Francis.
Francis.
Oh my God. We get a brief appearance from Carol Burnett of Christine Lardy and Space fame. That's not her biggest credit. She was, I know. At this point, Cher horrifies us all by revealing that she's only 20 years old.
It is so much.
It's a lot.
Like, realizing when I did the recap that she was 19 still,
Yeah.
I was like,
I know.
Oh.
What is happening?
oh. And
I
she,
know.
like, she's too young to consent
Yeah.
to any of
She
it. I
had
mean,
so
she's
much
old enough
life
to
at
consent.
this
But
point.
yeah. Look, I misspent enough youth for about 14 people, but she's got a couple of, decades on me
Yeah, absolutely.
at this point.
Yeah. While backstage at the Carol Burnett show, Cher meets a young, blonde Bob Mackie,
Oh.
who I think might become a staple.
No, she says that. She basically sums up their entire career together in one sentence.
She does. She thought he'd be older. He thought she'd be giant. But neither of them knew it would be the beginning of a lifelong collaboration and friendship.
Yeah.
Good Times, the movie, is released to decent reviews, leading to Sonny planning another movie.
Oh, no.
A musical, an animated Christmas special starring Lacey Chabert. He's like, I'm going to do everything. We're doing movies, musicals, and animated Christmas
Hot
specials.
Frosty 2. The squeakle.
Oh my God, I hate it and love it already. Things, I'm just wondering which of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine cast will show up in that one. I vote Gina and Eddie.
Have you heard her real voice?
No, I think that's Stephanie.
Oh, that's Stephanie Beatriz. Yes.
Yes, yeah. I have. She actually, I think, uses it in the pilot,
Yeah.
and then slowly it deepens.
Yeah.
Things are looking pretty bleak, both personally and in their career. Cher falls pregnant again, then miscarries again,
Miscarries. Yes.
twice over.
Yes.
The William Morris Agency also feels that their future is bleak, darling.
Big darlings.
But Joe and Harvey step in to help keep things trucking. I don't remember who Joe and Harvey are, but
No.
they keep things trucking.
I think they were vaguely involved with something earlier, but
Yeah,
there's
go around.
been more than one Joe, so I don't know which
I know
Joe
so
is
many
which.
Joes.
There's so many Joes.
We did it, Joe. Sonny decides...
Joe!
Sonny decides to get involved in politics, aligning himself with presidential hopeful Robert Kennedy.
Yeah.
And, well, look it up. That does not happen.
That does not
Cher,
happen. But his son
Cher-
now is in charge of the health department in America and is stopping them having fluoride in the water because, heaven forbid, anyone should have some free dental work.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be insane.
Cher talks a little bit about the difficulty of miscarrying. So we do get some emotional reflection at last. Mm-hmm. Her gynecologist tells her she has an angry uterus, and then she goes back to talking about Sonny.
Yep.
So she's like, oh, anyway, that was enough about me. Let's talk about Sonny.
Yeah.
A second movie is on the cards. So Sonny hires a secretary and immediately starts banging her. Sherry's too tired to really care, but goes to her mum's for a bit to recuperate. Yeah. She's like,
I'm
sleepy. Can we deal with this another time? Like, I know you're banging the secretary, but gosh, I'm tired.
I'd be
does.
tired if everything that happened in this chapter happened in a fortnight as well.
Oh, absolutely. Sonny does the classy thing and tells Cher it's all her own fault. If you'd had a higher sex drive, I wouldn't have to cheat on you.
Oh my God.
Aren't those the words you want to hear from the man you love?
Oh my God.
It's a lot.
The worst. The worst.
This incident drove a wedge between Georgia and Sonny. Georgia later writing Cher a letter listing her grievances, and Cher loves a list.
And she loves the list.
She does. So here's my grievances and what I was wearing while I wrote this letter.
My
and then
pants
just stops.
are very upset with you. My shirt is angry.
Yeah. My jacket, which is cut off, denim cut off.
My turquoise anklet.
And then after all of the outfits list things, Georgia stops talking to Cher.
Yep.
She's like, can't do
You're
it.
going to stay with him, me and my anklet and my bracelet and my hipster jeans and my shoes and my hat and my
All of which you
hairpiece.
purchased.
We're all not talking to you.
Not the hairpiece. The hairpiece stays.
The hairpiece hangs around.
It's like, I've still talked to you.
Yeah, on the couch.
It's the same hairpiece from the couch.
The couch hairpiece from Wise Girl.
From Wise Girl. Oh, poor Wiggy. I miss Wiggy.
It's a pity that Wise Girl never went to series like The Client
I
List
know,
did.
that would have been amazing. Thankfully, Cher gets to move into Tony Curtis's smaller mansion.
Oh my God.
So that fixes everything. There are all the other miscarriages. Oh, he's cheating on me. Whatever. I get a smaller mansion. They'd been invited to the home of Tony Curtis, of Jamie Lee fame, and Cher fell in love with the place.
Yeah.
He says to her, hey, I have a smaller but still enormous one if you want to buy it. So even though they
Down
don't
the
have the
road.
money... Right. They don't have the money to fill it with furniture. They still buy it.
Yeah.
Because it's easier than therapy or not cheating.
Yeah,
You know.
it's $250,000 in 1960. What is this? 7, 8?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So
It's just a couple of dollars, really.
it's nearly 60 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, like $250,000 now is a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, you couldn't get anything for $250,000 now.
Well, you
Literally.
could buy a bedroom.
Yeah. Maybe.
My house was not much more than that.
Yeah, but how long ago was that? 15 years?
10. Yeah. 12.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
Cher is desperate to get out of the house that she just got into. So Sonny takes her to see The Dirty Dozen. When on the way home, he tells Cher she liked the movie so much because she's sexually frustrated.
Okay.
He then has a hissy fit, demanding Cher leave him on the side of the road.
So she does.
Then when she sends someone to find him, he screams at her for leaving him on the side of the road.
Oh, what?
Yeah. As Cher says, it's the first time she thought maybe Sonny isn't her friend.
Oh my God.
Looking for some common sense.
I mean, look, you don't know common sense at the age of 19.
No.
Oh, no, she's 20 now. Sorry. She's
20
all
now.
grown up.
So that's what you get for your 20th birthday is
Yeah.
common sense.
Yeah.
Or is it incense? I can't remember. Cher figures he probably caused a fight to go off on a date with someone. Probably. Then, as became his pattern, he'd act like it never happened. What rigmarole?
What rigmarole? I had nothing to
Nothing
do with
happened.
that. That wasn't me.
Then we have Tennis Gate.
Oh.
When Cher is allowed by Sonny to go to a female tennis instructor, but then accidentally talks to some men, so Sonny burns her tennis outfit in the incinerator.
Yeah.
Just normal, loving husband stuff.
Normal secretary rooting husband
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The
How
incinerator.
very dare you behave like I've been behaving.
No.
Even though you didn't behave like I was behaving,
Yeah.
you had a conversation,
Yeah.
but in a
You were
small
in the
skirt.
room
So,
with-
you know.
How dare.
How
In order to
very-
make the second movie, Chastity, Sonny takes out a series of loans, which I'm sure won't come back up later.
Look over there.
Yeah. Chastity was about a talentless girl who gets by on her energy, inspired by Cher, which is apparently a compliment.
Oh my God.
The character Chastity is briefly a lesbian, but then meets a man, but can't stay with him because she's too crazy.
What is this movie?
I know. Again, compliment. It was around that time that Robert Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. were both assassinated.
Oh.
Sonny and Cher were invited to perform at a memorial for MLK, where Sonny was busy drinking with Aretha, and Jimi Hendrix asks Cher for drugs. Got any drugs, babe?
Got any drugs? Drugs, babe. Drugs, 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 drugs.
Cher then lists a bunch of dead people. I don't remember who they are. They're all dead. Back on set of the movie, Cher becomes friendly with Stephen Whitaker, her co-star, but Sonny can't have that, so he forces them to work separate hours and removes all intimacy from the script.
Oh my God.
That's just good filmmaking,
Yeah, that
right
is.
there.
You don't want anyone to be intimate in a film where they're being turned from being a lesbian. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, crazy. Then Cher finds out she's pregnant again and is advised by her doctor to rest.
Yeah. Because of her
Sonny's
angry
busy-
uterus.
Yeah, it's furious. Mine's angry about all this.
I think didn't Meredith have an angry uterus?
Who's
The
Meredith
Grey's
Brooks?
Anatomy.
Oh, I thought you meant
Grey.
Meredith Brooks of bitch fame. It's the only Meredith I know. Sonny was busy with the movie and once again started taking on politics and marijuana.
Oh no.
Making a
not
30-minute
politics.
movie. I know. Making a 30-minute movie warning kids to stay away from drugs and all of that, which Cher labels completely out of touch due to his gold silk outfit and mansion.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they won't get it, son.
Yeah. Or just, yeah. Sonny.
Cher discovers a bulk collection of Valium that Sonny appears to be taking, then warns us that this is not the only secret he's keeping. Sonny then organises a real wedding to Cher, complete with nothing. This clearly feels like some kind of legal manoeuvre, but
Yes.
Cher hasn't caught on just yet.
I still don't think she's caught on to this day.
No, I don't think so. They get married in an alleged ceremony faster and less formal than the ceremony they had in the bathroom all those years ago.
Yep.
Yeah. Cher has a baby shower with Liza and Mama Cass.
I know. It's a lot.
I know. Opening gifts, including toys, clothes, and of course, ham. I just wish that's... Imagine.
No, you can't say ham.
After a few false alarms and Sonny not being really sure about whether to show up, Cher gives birth to Chaz, and that's, of course, how we'll be referring to Chaz.
Yep.
While Sonny does a photo shoot in the foyer.
What?
A nurse named Elizabeth, who'd become
Taylor.
Cher's closest friend. Yeah, Elizabeth Taylor. Her best friend, Elizabeth Taylor. It could be Montgomery, I suppose.
Yeah.
Who'd become Cher's closest friend, was there even though her mum had literally died that day.
Yes.
No, Cher. I'll still come, don't worry.
Who loves Cher?
Who loves Cher?
Elizabeth
does.
loves Cher.
The morning after, Cher expected to see Chaz, but no one brought him in. Then they're like, yeah, we can't tell you where your baby is. Like, turns out it was, just chilling in an incubator for a bit.
Yeah.
It's just a little jaundicey.
It was, not ready. Undercooked.
Yeah, the ham was cooked, but Chaz not quite.
Chaz was not.
Georgia comes to meet Chaz, but still doesn't see Cher. She forgets why.
Oh.
Even though it was outlined earlier in this chapter.
By Cher.
Because of the list. The list of clothing.
Yes, the list. Her bell bottoms didn't agree with Sonny's behaviour.
Right?
But weirdly, she would have had to talk to Sonny to see the baby.
Yeah.
And she talked to Sonny to see the baby, but not
Maybe she
Cher.
just kicked down the door. Maybe she didn't talk to Sonny at all.
Maybe.
Where was he? No one knows.
I want to see my grandchild. Which one is it? I don't know.
Right.
Point
Also,
out
where
all the
is-
children.
Where's G at this point?
Where is G?
Back home, Cher starts hemorrhaging on the bathroom floor.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess Sonny decided to care that day, so she survives.
Yep.
Looking back, Cher wonders where he had been.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't
Considering
there
it-
at night time.
No, considering it was the first night with their child. But oh well, she's too tired to care.
I don't care. I'm tired.
That happens a lot, that Cher's just too tired to look into anything.
I would bother, but it's a bother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a bit tired, actually. Despite being abusive, Sonny really seemed to care and did a bit of cooking to show it.
Just once.
Just one
jar of hot sauce.
Alfredo in a microwave continental.
I used to fucking love that shit.
Me too. A few months later, Georgia comes to visit. Says that Chaz is insecure, punches Cher in the boob, then leaves.
She doesn't punch her in the boob.
Maybe she didn't do that. We're left with Cher wondering why everyone in her family is such a hot mess, her included. But she's a mother now and determined to give it her best.
Hot mess best.
Hot mess best.
Hot mess best.
That brings us to the end of the chapter.
I give you my hot mess best wishes.
I'm wearing a chartreuse short and
my
skirt combo.
My chartreuse short thinks you're no good.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to our next segment where we find out how we feel.
It's my professional opinion.
So what is your professional opinion?
My feeling was it's a long chapter,
It's so long.
but it is mostly on topic.
It's on some topics.
It's on some topic. I said everything actually does feel fairly tight. Even her tangents are sewn in.
Yes.
I was like, okay. And usually a little bit relevant, which is unusual.
Yeah.
I do like that she starts exploring how she felt
Yes.
around a lot of these things and reflecting on a few missed signs,
Yes.
as well as laying groundwork for some financial issues in the future.
Oh, a little bit of foreshadowing is nice.
Yeah.
Because
So
we haven't
I did-
really had much of that in this book. It's just
No.
been things happen, things happen, things happen, things happen,
Yeah,
things
this-
happen.
yeah.
And here's a list of what I wore.
Yeah. So I think in comparison to previous chapters, I felt like this one was pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
Who are all the Joes and Joeys and Joey D and Dennis?
Yeah.
Who are they?
Yeah.
Why do we need to know about them? What's the deal? I was confused by that, although it is a name-dropping extravaganza.
It is.
And before I give you the rest of how I feel about this, I feel like we need to do Who Loves Cher.
Who loves Cher?
So we had William Friedkin, the director of The Exorcist, who also directed whatever this mess of a movie is. Francis Ford Coppola, George Sanders, Salvador Dali, The Batmobile.
Big name.
She didn't
Headliner.
meet the Batmobile. She met the guy that made the Batmobile. Anyway, Carol Burnett, Tony Curtis, RFK, Aretha, Hendrix, Mama Cass, Liza. Like, it's such a list.
Yeah.
And the leg of ham. And all of her mother's clothes in that list. So that's Who Loves Cher. That's the list. It's the thing that's frustrating is that it's still more of that breakneck pace, which I don't know. I think I'm just not used to it still because it just is too much. And, you know, because we're halfway through the book now and this is not letting up. And I'm like, I just have to understand that this is how the book goes.
Yeah.
And there's so many completely baffling moments that we don't really get any entree into. It's just like, it's Salvador Dali, so we're going to his party. Tony Curtis, so we're going to his party. Why is like, where is all their money going, and why is anyone attracted to Sonny? These are my two big questions. Cher seems to be trying to paint herself in a sympathetic light. Like, I totally knew about him having sex with the secretary. That was
his time.
Total thing. Like, but then she kind of puts it out of her mind, and I can't tell if it's like, I was not okay with it, but I was okay with it, but I wasn't okay with it, but I knew it was happening, but I didn't know it was. It's like, pick a side, pick one. Like, how do you actually feel about this? Because I just went to my mum's. Doesn't sound like, I was really hurt and devastated. But it's like, oh, no, I kind of knew what was going on because there was that 12-year-old hanging around the other day that I took shopping. So, she never really says that these are the happiest days of her life. No. And all we're getting are the bleak moments, like the miscarriages and the bleakest wedding ceremony of all time that feels like, done for, as you pointed out, reasons other than being in love. Which, who knows? Hopefully we discover in later chapters the real reason. But it feels like it is missing, like, there's the feelings about the miscarriages and stuff, but and finally feeling like Sonny's not really in your corner as much as you think he is. But it still feels like nothing other than a bunch of, like, a list of reminiscences. Here are the things I have seen photos of, so I know that happened. Yeah. And I know what I was wearing at the time, which is why I can list it off, because it was in a photo. So I know what happened and when. Yeah. So, I feel like there was too much, and the bits that it felt like, we're getting somewhere emotionally, just were so fleeting. I don't know. This is the first time I'm dropping down to a 6 out of 10.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
I must be suffering from Stockholm syndrome at this point, and maybe having a break was just nice because I've gone an 8.
Oh yeah.
I think because there
meaty.
is some. Yeah, there's finally something that feels like she's, again, the foreshadowing and stuff. I'm like, okay, she didn't completely crammed that down my throat.
Yeah.
And then when she did go on tangents, at least they were fun ones, like Salvador Dali.
Yeah. And if you were,
I was like, okay,
if you were a huge Cher fan, the descriptions of what happened in the making of that movie would be a resonant moment. You'd be like, oh yes, I have seen the film. I know all of this. Like, it would be, but neither of us have seen the film because we just read this book for shits and giggles, and it's a lot of shit, not much giggle. But I can see that they're the things that you want to touch on, but so, like, the Salvador Dali party, apart from that hilarious moment where he goes to another table, which is wild and hysterical, and I loved it. It's too many, like, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. And I'm like, I'm exhausted with all the things happening.
It's a lot. That's why we needed a break halfway through.
We really did.
All right, shall we turn back time?
Turn back time and remix what happened in this chapter. And I can turn back time. So, I got to say, this section could go on forever.
Okay.
Like, ask Sonny where he was the night he was not at home after the baby was born. Like, ask him.
Yes.
Like, does she ask him at any point in the future? Or
Yeah.
is she only realizing now at the age of 820 that he wasn't there and
Yeah.
he's been
Where was
dead
he?
for
I
way
forgot
too
about that.
long to answer that question.
Yeah, if he'd only just been dead for a little bit, he probably could still answer.
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but-
She could get someone
Yeah.
to come in and also, if he's cheated on you with the secretary and then comes home for a surprise wedding, no, you say no to that. That is a red flag ahead of the surprise wedding. Like the surprise wedding should be to you a red flag. It's like, hang on. You just cheated on me. I stayed with my mum, and then she gave me a list of things that were wrong with you, and now she won't talk to me because I won't leave you, and we're getting married.
let's get married.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the relationships that I had around me. So
Yeah.
seems perfectly normal.
But yeah, so many things. I want to know how she felt. Because you don't get a sense of how she felt about the cheating. You don't get a sense of how she felt about the marriage. You do get a bit of a sense that the miscarriages were devastating. Yeah. You do get a sense that she was into the bell-bottom pants and a silk blouse and Bob Mackie, and she had a baby.
More than a sense of those things.
But even the birth of Chaz does not feel as life-changing as you think it could be. Yeah. And it's, I don't know. It all, I just want to know how those things felt as well. And I know what I'm asking for is a whole book on this chapter.
I know.
But maybe we've spoiled ourselves by starting with Mariah, who, just gave us glimpses into her life.
Yeah.
And just was
anything
like,
that didn't pertain to the meaning didn't make it.
Didn't make it, yeah. And also left the door open for more memoirage. So
yes. Can you imagine part 2?
Oh my God. It would be so good. I just want a whole book about the Divas concert, frankly. What were you wanting to turn back to home on?
Mine is a simple one. It is that I would have put Sonny's dick in the incinerator. Just in your pop. Go on. Because I ain't dealing with this.
I don't know why people keep going there.
Yeah.
I know. Like, has he got like a lung bruiser or something? Like, what's going on?
This is why I never suck a dick before the dentist, because they can tell. I found out they can tell.
How can they tell?
Because you will have bruising on the back of your throat.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So I was like, not that happens all that much, really.
Yeah.
But I was like, I need to not schedule anything around.
I wonder if when I had that bum surgery, because that was only a couple of days after I met that nice man in Cairns.
Oh no.
They're probably like, oh man, look at this mess.
Yeah. This is years of wear and tear.
Oh no, I was told about the scar tissue before I even, after my first consult. There's a bit of scar tissue in there. I'm like, yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
God, this is a lot.
I've done a couple of favours for a friend.
Oh no. Don't know his name.
No.
He's just a friend.
Three or four friends at once.
Oh no. That's pushing triple DP status at this point. I think that's more than scar tissue. That's a whole tissue box.
Do you remember the video I sent you the other day with the chimpanzee eating all the eggplants?
Oh yeah. Was it a video? I thought it was a photo.
No, I just did a screenshot, but there was from a video.
Yeah, the real triple DP. Yeah.
Like they were the
We
same
love Dolly.
colour as
We love Dolly Parton.
eggplant emoji.
Yes. Oh, there's a whole poor Bubbles. Do you have a rename for this chapter?
I do. It's strangely a song from the era.
Oh.
It's a Pink Floyd song called "Comfortably Numb."
Oh yes.
Because of the Valium.
Yeah. The Valium, the wear on.
But also just like how she's just like, yeah, things happened. I don't know. I might have had a feeling about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was probably shopping.
my rename, I don't remember why, but I think she must have said it in the chapter, and so I picked it, was better nouveau than never. I don't remember what that's in reference to. It's been a minute since I read this chapter, but it's in there somewhere. Okay. You're welcome. It was something nouveau, and that she came up with the saying, better nouveau than never.
That is
a fun title.
Yeah.
All right, shall we check out the heaving bosoms on your back?
On my back.
If I want to put my tits on my back, it's nobody's business but my own.
This is where we decide what our favourite Cherism is. I'm going to get mine out first because it's already been used. Which was nouveau riche we may have been, but as I used to say, better nouveau than never. What?
Hooray! Now I remember what it is.
That means nothing. Like, that actually does not. Better nouveau than never. Like, it's... okay.
Yeah. It's fine. It's Cher. I'm Cher.
I do have a second one, but I'll wait until I've heard yours.
Okay. I only had one. It was, she was so kind and I was never afraid. After all, she was a fellow actress, which is when she's referring to Margie the elephant.
I was disturbed about them having to blowtorch off Margie's hair.
Oh my God. I don't know if that was said in the audiobook.
Oh my God. It was like before she got lifted up by the elephant. Like, she said she had really coarse hair, so they had to blowtorch them off before I sat on there. I'm like,
I don't know if
that
or I plugged it out.
Does not sound okay, Cher.
Does not sound okay.
So my other one was always acting out, me included. In fact, I might be the queen of that.
Yeah, that was up there for me.
I love her being the queen of acting out. I'm like,
that
is not a thing to be proud of.
No, and forever a teenager. She's like moody teenager.
Yeah, I'm concerned about that. Did you have any other?
No, that was my
one.
My whole lot.
Yeah. It's dear, the Cherisms. All right, let's get on out of here with a bit of fluff and crap.
Fluff and crap.
Wee.
Do you have any more fluff and crap?
I do have something.
Yes.
I have a review.
A review.
A review, and it's specific to the Chermoir.
Oh, a Chermoir review.
I think it's our first Chermoir. So the title is "Come for Cher, Stay for the Humour." Thank you. 5 stars.
Oh, 5 stars.
Said,
1 for me,
stars.
4 for you. Yeah,
4 for me. It says, "Love the comments and notes, serious or hilarious. Thoroughly enjoy every episode about Cher or the fictional medical drama.
Oh,
in space. And my favourite part of the review is where it says the name of the person who left it. It simply says Pencil.
Oh, Pencil.
So thank you, Daphne Zuniga, for your review.
Thank you, Pencil.
I thought that was very funny.
Love to have you aboard, and thank you for putting up with whatever this is that we do.
Yeah, whatever it is.
And if you are a fan of Cher, can you please let us know if the chapters, like, I want to know if you're a Cher fan, was this chapter about the elephant and the tiger and all of that, was that exciting? Because you got an insight into a movie.
You know Margie.
You've watched. Yeah. I want to know, because, being a Mariah fan, I can tell you when I'm thrilled by a song origin or a story that we've all heard about and what's the real story. But Cher, like, being a hardcore Cher fan is hard because her career is older than the dinosaurs, or as you discovered, Saturn. So I'd love to know if you are a hardcore Cher fan and you've found us somehow. Let us know how you felt about these moments that are sometimes leaving us a bit cold.
And we're also just sorry for all of this.
Yeah. Although we are getting into a period that I actually remember and was obsessed with. Okay. So that I'm kind of excited about the next couple of weeks as we go along. Are you making anything happen?
Look, there's some remix happening. I'm not quite at the point of release dates or anything yet, but we've got some fun bits and pieces happening all over the world. about
Me, I am just still working hard at the moment on next year's Hard Quiz and Hard Quiz Kids.
It's returning.
Yes, Hard Quiz Kids is returning. And Hard Quiz, I think, is back on in a few weeks. But as always, there are about 10 seasons worth floating around on the iView if you want to find it. If you're in Australia. But, you can probably find them on archive.org or somewhere legal as well. The ABC is not chasing down its intellectual property as desperately as it should be. It would take some time and effort. But yes, so we've got more adventures with Christine Lardy in space and Space Hospital.
Yes.
I love that people just sometimes call it Space Hospital. Like, that's the name of the show. Maybe what if, like, one day Christine Lardy leaves, like Valerie from Valerie's Family.
Oh, my gosh.
And they have to call it Valerie's Family and then the Hogans.
Well, it's like the David's Not Dead tour.
Oh, yes.
Are you across this?
No.
So Celebrity Big Brother, there
Yes.
was David, the one who was married to Liza Minnelli.
Oh, yeah. The
And
extremely
then
cat man.
when he was in the house, David Bowie's ex-wife was also in the house.
Right.
And
Zoe Bowie.
Zoe, I don't know if it was Zoe Bowie.
No, Zoe Bowie. Duncan Jones was Zoe Bowie.
Oh, okay. So
He was the child.
Big Brother, this is when David Bowie passed.
Yes.
And so Big Brother tells the ex-wife that this has happened and
Yeah.
not to tell anyone. And she walks out and he's a little bit upset. And I think it was Tiffany Pollard, one of the other housemates, sees her and is like, what's wrong? She's like, you can't tell anyone. She's like, well, what is it? What's wrong? And she's like, David's dead. And Tiffany goes, ah! Starts like screaming and falling all over her and doesn't know what to do. And then starts telling everyone that David's dead in the next room because he'd gone to have a lie down.
Oh, my God.
The David that's in the house. She didn't say David Bowie's dead. And so it's this whole thing. And of course, it goes viral. It's viral as things could go back then. And then he was like, well, I'm going to capitalize on this and I'm going to go on tour.
Oh, my God.
With a bunch of performers and we'll call it the David's Not Dead tour.
No.
And then before the show launched, he died. And the show still went ahead. And then they didn't change the name. So it's still called the David's Not Dead tour, except he is.
He was dead.
He was dead.
What happened on the tour?
Really bad. I don't know. I don't understand any of it.
People
But
bought
it's just
tickets
so
and they're like,
funny.
oh, well, we're going to put the show on.
I know.
I don't. That's.
And because the ex-wife, who's 100, and she has pigtails, it's the whole thing. When Tiffany reacts, she's looking so confused because she's like, did you know him? It's too funny. And then she scolds her for not realizing she must have been talking about her ex-husband.
Oh, my God.
So yeah, enjoy that.
Oh, Angie Bowie. What a mess. No, Angie Bowie and Tiffany Pollard, thought David Guest is dead. David's not dead.
David's not dead. I know.
But he
Terrible.
was dead.
But he was dead.
So was he still married to Liza at the time?
No, they divorced.
Right.
And randomly in Melanie C's book, she talks about that wedding because she and her, I guess, boyfriend or husband at the time just went to get dinner somewhere. And there was only one table and they said, Liza and David that's their table, they'll be on their way sort of thing. And she said, that's okay. We know them. She didn't. Yeah. But she just said, we're only going to be here for 20 minutes. So don't worry. They know us. They won't mind.
Yeah.
So her and her boyfriend sit down and order something and then David and Liza show up.
Yeah.
And so they just come and sit down with them. And then David's just like, you should come to the wedding. And then just invited Mel C and her boyfriend to the wedding. Yeah. And then they went.
Oh, my God.
the wedding with Liz Taylor and Michael Jackson. It was wild.
Oh, my God.
It's like, we didn't know him. They just maybe assumed that they did because we'd said to the waiter that we did.
Oh, my God. That is amazing. I want to see that Liza movie. That looks hilarious.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, there's a Liza documentary, and it
Interesting.
looks bonkers. Yeah.
I wonder if Cher's in it as a full-grown adult. Like, Liza's a little girl and Cher is completely grown.
Maybe.
And she's giving advice to Judy Garland in the kitchen.
singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
All right, shall we get out of here?
We should. Apparently someone on the David's Not Dead tour died as well.
Oh, no. Well, there's their name David, because if it is, that's a
No,
lot.
it's Billy Paul. Peter
Billy
Bryson
is-
was on that tour. Like Denise Williams, Frida Payne, Anita Ward. Ring my bell.
You can ring my... Well, not anymore.
Can ring my bell. Ring my bell.
David, if you're in trouble, ring the bell. Like,
Dina Carroll. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. I don't understand.
I know.
We should do a podcast about the David's Not Dead.
David's Not Dead. We'll interview them all. Every audience member.
No.
we'll interview.
The dead ones. Let's talk to them from beyond the grave.
We will. Well, it's funny you say that, because that's something that's coming up in a few weeks' time in Chermoir.
No, I'm terrified of that. Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, lovely.
Bye. Where am I? Who are these two fairies? Wagon Wheel with Tuesday. Oh, it's a podcast? You've got to be fucking kidding me.